Now, let me get to the question I wanted to ask you guys real quickly, and Rock, hold on for a moment. The playoffs start this weekend.
Well, we got
can we get some breaking news in here quickly?
Yeah,
we got some news. Mike Macdonald has been requested again.
No.
This time by the Tennessee Titans.
No. Rocco.
Oh, no.
Sad day.
You know what? That's a great request, but
it's so good for them. Oh, that would be such a higher.
He just said no. Ryan just said, but no.
There is so much despair. There is despair in this room right now about that potential.
It's not if Mike Macdonald's going to get a head coaching job at this point. It's when. It's like when and who.
I'm still praying it's him. I'm still praying.
He's a shoo-in,
at this point, though, because at this point, I think there's a lot of conversation about Mike Macdonald and, he should just stay because it's a great situation in Baltimore, which it is. It's a great situation right now. But like we've talked about, it's an every year league where what happens if next year the Ravens are just injury bitten on defense and stuff happens. Sometimes, Mike Macdonald's the hot candidate, or at least one of, Ben Johnson's another hot one, but Mike Macdonald's a hot candidate. There's no guarantee these openings are there for him next season. So what do you do if you're Mike Macdonald? It's a great situation for him in Baltimore. And we've talked about Nick Moore, and we talked about it here. John Harbaugh, the potential of him riding out into the sunset and stepping away from the team if they win. That's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen.
Have you seen that family?
Yeah.
And I don't blame them. They are unbelievable football coaches in that family. They just win. They fucking win.
Have you guys seen the fan base is like making up rumors for Mike Macdonald?
Oh, it's so great.
That's incredible.
They're like,
I've seen somewhere it's like
I saw one the other day. I forget who said it, but I was just scrolling through and it was like Mike Macdonald doesn't push the shopping carts back to the spot when he's done. He just leaves them
doesn't hold the door open.
Oh my God. It was so funny. And I'm like, that's how badly this fan base does not want this guy to leave. That's how loved he is in Baltimore. And the defense winning the Triple Crown and doing what they did this season and holding to opponents to 16.3 points per game. It starts with him and that culture. It's just like these guys, they feed into it. So he's going to make a hell of a head coach wherever he goes. And I know that day it's going to be a sad day for this city, for this fan base. But I know that this fan base is hoping wherever he does go, it's the right fit and he's able to succeed because he's a great guy. He's a great coach. And if and when it does happen, I'm sure everyone here will wish him nothing but the best. That's what I'm talking about.
I will say Baltimore's better equipped, I think, this time. If they were like Macdonald would absolutely suck to lose, right?
Yeah.
But Anthony Weaver's still there. If he doesn't get an opportunity, I think that
would be a double whammy if Weaver and Macdonald go. Because I'm with you, Weaver. That's a guy that is a future head coach in the making. Players love him. It's just a great fit. The Ravens have so many great coaches. If you want to go through the years, that's been the mantra. The Ravens that really had a tremendous amount. But right now, for what's going on, you just won the Triple Crown on defense. Mike Macdonald was a big part of that.
There is a chance that next season. I'm not saying it's definitely going to happen, but the Ravens could be looking in the market for a new offensive coordinator, a new defensive coordinator, and a new associate head coach. It's Anthony Weaver right there. So we'll see.
This is just what happens for the Ravens. Every year is a coaching factory, and that's what the Harbaugh coaching tree has expanded. But every year I don't want to say I'm surprised. I don't think surprise is the right word, but they do such a good job of just refilling it. Like, I'm not saying the coaches, they lose, you see them go and there's no worry that it's not going to be worse or better. But there were a lot of questions about, they have to get this hire right. They have to get that hire. And I think on the broadcast, I think it was at the Miami game, they kind of highlighted the changes, like the minor changes they made, moving T. Martin to quarterback's coach and bringing in Willie Taggart and Greg Lewis and all these guys. I think Baltimore, for me, I like a balance on coaching staffs where I think having former players is good, young coaches with bright, innovative minds, and then some veteran, old school guys on there. Baltimore, I think, has a great mix of that this season, where one year they were maybe too young, another year they're maybe, too veteran. But I think for me, Baltimore, they've done a good job of building this coaching staff, and it's just what happens every year. Baltimore loses coaches. They lost a couple last year. They filled it in nicely, and I know this is to a bigger extent if they lose a guy like Mike Macdonald, but I think they would be okay, even though it still kind of stings just even thinking about Macdonald not in Baltimore.
I know, and it's really though it's a culture that's been established. It really is, and if the culture can stay there, and again, where's the stability from the ownership to the general manager with Eric DeCosta, and obviously what Ozzie Newsome has done, and then John Harbaugh. You have those people in place. I think the Ravens will be fine.